No one likes pain. If you engage in pain on purpose for a thrill, you're psycho. You're sick. Okay? So I would never tell you to sacrifice just for the fun of sacrificing. I don't want to sacrifice unless it's to win. I don't want to get up and run my 5 miles in the morning unless it's to get a better time the next time I run a half marathon. I don't want to, work out unless I'm getting some results from it. I don't want to push back from those great cookies unless there's a reason. No one likes to sacrifice unless you get to win as a result of sacrificing. We teach people with money the only way to win with money is live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. You got to pay a price to win. You got to get out of debt and sacrifice and live on nothing, on beans and rice and beans. Get on a written plan. Your broke friends are making fun of you. It's your only chance to change your life. And that will change your life. It'll change your life and the life of your kids. You will literally change your family tree. But only if you sacrifice. This is one of the secrets of the rich. You have to live like no one else. You have to pay a price so that later you get to live like no one else. If you'll drive like no one else, later you get to drive like no one else. If you'll dress like no one else, later you get to dress like no one else. Think about it. That's how it works. If you eat like no one else, later you get to eat like no one else. Hey, this is how it works in life. And there's no exception to this rule. You do not get to circumvent this rule. And guess what? You're going to pay a price anyway. If you live beyond your means and never sacrifice to get out of debt and never learn to budget and never learn to save money, you're going to live a life of mediocrity, and the price that you're going to pay then is a life of mediocrity. Instead, you got the chance to be better than average, above average. And what you do is you bust it, you kill it for a short period of time. I mean, for 2 or 3 or 4 years, you just go bananas. You go get the house paid off, get the kids' college fund behind you. Then there's nothing left to do with all that stuff done except pile up money, become very wealthy, and give a bunch of it away. But you will not win with money, or for that matter at anything in life, until you learn to sacrifice. The Bible says no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but it yields a harvest of righteousness. It's not fun when you're doing it, but it works. Live like no one else, so later you get the opportunity to live like no one else.